Hey guys, welcome back to the Waterlad podcast presented to you by Betcha. And here's a little sample of what's about to come in this episode.
The main reasoning was just my attitude and the way I would shoot my mouth off during games and all sorts of things. So that was the messaging I got, was this is the reason you're not going to make the team, is you're a bit of a dickhead. I started labouring. People think I haven't worked my whole life, but I didn't play super till 4 or 5 years out of school. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but the money was really enticing.
Yeah.
Like life-changing. Just real honest with myself. I said, am I taking the easy way out, or do I actually feel like I've got more to give, and what does that look like? The phone started ringing, and it was Razor's number, and I was like, what an absolute lad.
Well, lad, today I'm joined by one of the toughest players in our game, and man, he's had an incredible journey to get to where he is today. He started off as a ball boy and a super fan, and now he's the breakdown menace who never takes a backward step in any jersey he wears. He led the Wellington Lions and the Hurricanes with pride, and he's been one of their most consistent performers over the years. And after knocking on the door for a very long time, he's finally received his All Black breakthrough. He's the ultimate team man, a leader who speaks better than any, and of course, a massive lad. It is the great Plessis Kirifi. Welcome, mate.
Cheers, Jimmy. Appreciate that, bro. There's some kind words in there.
What a journey, though. Like, you've one of the greats, and I love getting people like you on because I know how inspiring stories like these are for the masses, especially those younger generation who are, they feel like they're not getting anywhere with their game and feel like pulling in the pin, and this is the inspiration to just keep going, man. You'll get there if you work hard enough.
Yeah, I guess that's it in essence. Thanks for having me on, obviously, brother. But yeah, just hard work pays off at the end of the day. And if it's not a black jersey, it's opportunities overseas or, more game time here in New Zealand. So, it's just been a constant journey of how can I be better, and more often than not, it wasn't about doing anything special. It was just about doing the basics better and more consistently, and that takes hard work, and some pretty honest conversations with important people in your life. So, cool story. I'd like to think I'm not done yet, but it's cool to reflect back on the journey and how far I've come.
Yeah, mate, you're just getting started.
I hope so. I hope so.
We all do.
Yeah.
But one thing I love about you is like how you speak after a game is definitely something that has just grown, and I think you articulate yourself better than any in the game. You're up there with Khaleesi's. You're the New Zealand version of Khaleesi, mate.
Hell no.
But where did that come from? Is that something that you've actually put time into, or you've actually worked on that?
Yeah, it has been. It's no secret, I've never been short of words. But it's been about how can I, most effectively use them. And sometimes it's, as we all know, it's about quality over quantity sometimes. And I just felt like I wanted to, when I spoke, whether it was to the team or to the media or after a game, I wanted my words to land in the right place and actually have like a bit of oomph and meaning behind them. And I tried to shift away from the generic post-match speeches. I'm not saying anything's wrong with them at all. But after a game, I just thought a point of difference could be speaking openly and honestly about the game, but in a way that didn't come off as too eager or unhumble. It's been a work in progress. I'm happy with where it's going at the moment, but still room to improve. But I enjoy speaking after a game because it tests me as well to see how quickly I can reflect on what's actually just happened. And, whether you've lost or won, you've got to regulate yourself and, bring yourself back to zero as quickly as possible so you don't say anything stupid or come off looking like a grump. So, bro, I just always try to pay respect to the opposition and reflect on the game in a open and honest way. Yeah,
I think it's such an underrated skill and one that I think all players should be putting time into because it's how people perceive you as a person, how you interact with that media in those moments?
Yeah, it's just communication at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And whether you're a leader or, you know, you're a first cap, how well you can communicate with others and your teammates is, you know, going to help a lot at the end of the day. So it's just a extension of that communication, is being able to talk about what's just happened. Or I always tell people it's actually not that hard, because you're talking about something that you live and breathe every day, and something that's just happened, and something that you care a lot about. So you shouldn't really be short of words. It's just about finding the right ones.
How do you practice it, or how did you get?
No, I don't. I've been playing. 2017, I moved to Wellies, played for the Lions. So I've been in the environment for a long time. So plenty of practice there, and I wouldn't say I was that.
You're a young captain too.
I was, but I was terrible at talking at the start.
Oh,
No practice in the mirror or anything like that.
Just reps.
Yeah, just reps. But just like anything, always like very critical of myself. Leave a meeting and I'm like, did I talk about that defensive structure in a way that the boys could understand it easily, but also was there enough detail? So as much as I'm trying to learn what we're trying to achieve that week, I'm also critical of myself and how I communicate with the team.
That's probably a key point, eh? It's just learning from each time you have the conversation or try and land something in the meeting or media. I guess a lot of players don't really reflect on what they've said in media. Most probably wouldn't even watch it.
Oh, they might. They might. I don't actually watch too much of the media. It's as if Dad sends me a link and he's like, "Oh, son, mate, I think you could have been better here." But yeah, that's a good point as well. And my mum and dad have been big drivers of us growing up, learning to speak well, address people and just have good manners and a good way about us. So I think that's flowed on nicely into my professional career. But yeah, that was just a platform, because as soon as I started playing footy, I had a lot to learn. One of my first interviews, I think, Ken Laven was asking me questions, and shocking interview. So yeah, come a long way there, but always, as I said earlier, always room to grow.
Yeah, did your parents like teach you when you were young? Like, was that part of?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we always did well at school in English, because mum and dad that was mum's like bread and butter.
Yeah.
A very academic lady. So our breakfasts weren't just like breakfast and chill. It was mum and dad would get us up and ask us like impromptu questions and ask us to say like a minute speech on random stuff.
Oh, true. Every breakfast?
Nah, not every, but like random. Every now and then.
Yeah.
And like mates would come over and stay, and they'd do the same with my mates, and I was just like, fuck. Mum, Dad, take it easy, please. But
why does no one want to start my house?
Yeah, pretty much. But that put us in great stead, and they still were big drivers of just values and how we are as young men in general. So owe a lot to them when we were younger, and still do now.
Yeah. And you grew up in the Naki?
Yeah. Taranaki, born and bred. Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, I loved it. Knew, obviously, leaving home when I was 18, that was all I knew, apart from 6-7 years in Samoa. When we moved there when I was 1, came back to New Zealand, New Plymouth, when I was on my 7th birthday.
Oh, true.
But at such a young age.
Yeah. But were you living in like a village in Samoa?
Mum and Dad, Dad's family have some land in Singamonga, which is in the hills above Apia. So we built a house from scratch and paved the driveway up through the bush to the house, and it was our slice of paradise for a while there. But yeah, when we came back,
who built it? Your dad?
Yeah, Dad and his mates.
Was he pretty handy?
Yeah, if he didn't know how to do it, he'd find a way. Learn.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was extremely grateful to have that part of our life, and I'm lucky enough that for maybe the back 3 years, I was old enough to have some memories there. And when we came back, I was running around in barefoot, middle of winter, climbing parapoles. So it was an interesting period when we moved home. But the rest of my childhood and young adult life was in Taranaki, and loved it. Didn't know any different.
Did you go to school in Samoa?
Yeah, went to Viola Beach, which is just a school in Apia, and Mum was a teacher there.
Oh yeah, speaking English. Or
mixed. Oh, so I came back fluent Samoan, and I lost it pretty quickly. Mum and Dad were keen for us to do well at school here in New Zealand, so they encouraged us to speak English at home, and just along the way, obviously not fluent anymore, but on my own journey there, trying to pick the language back up.
Right. And is it just you? Any siblings?
I've got two older sisters.
And they all went with you?
No, they Dad's previous marriage.
Oh, okay.
And then I've got two younger brothers. So till I was about 12, grew up as the oldest boy.
Yeah.
And then, became the middle child pretty quickly. I'm pretty scared of my sisters, eh? They're amazing. But the five of us are close as. Yeah. I have to say that, otherwise I'll get in trouble.
You look like you got a gun to your back.
Love them to bits. I do. One's in Brisbane with her family. Yeah. And the other's in Auckland with her partner. They've just started a ranch and ex-cops, yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool. And when you moved back to the Naki, were you stoked to be in New Zealand, or how were you feeling about that move?
I was too young to. Yeah. Mum and Dad made the decision, and, as kids we just go, and it was pretty hard when we first got here. Didn't have a lot of money, so we lived with our grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
In their 2-bedroom house. So the 5 of us were in 1 bedroom for a couple of months. Yeah. Dad went off to work on the rigs to save as much money as we could, as quickly as we could. Yeah. And Mum would work for my grandmother in a dance supplies business. So for a couple of months, we were all shacked up in the same place. Yeah. And then we saved enough to start getting out, and we rented a couple of properties, and then Mum and Dad worked hard enough to buy our first home in New Plymouth, and just keep going from there. They're extremely hardworking and good with money, so it could make a little last a long time.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. That's where you get your hardworking.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Yeah.
Cool. And what about your rugby journey? Where did that start? I know your old man was a bit of a gun on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes to say that. Nah, he was. Dad was a beast, apparently. Seen a couple black and white clips of him. Yeah, he played over a century of games for Ponsonby up in Auckland. Very proud Ponsonby man, and
almost made Samoa, did he?
Yeah, he made the squad, and then I think they didn't play the '87 World Cup.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he was right there. Proud rugby man. Loves Ponsonby and the relationships that he fonded there. But he never forced us to play rugby in particular. Just wanted us to be active kids. But I played football till I was 10.
Did you?
Yeah, loved it. Because all my mates at the school I was going to played soccer.
Can't imagine you playing football.
Yeah, neither. But I think that's where I learned how to kick. And then I just remember coming home one day and I was playing inter-school rugby, just like our intermediate versus someone else's, and I loved it. So I just asked Mum and Dad if I could, in the next season, just actually play rugby. And just have always loved it, loved the rough side of it.
Yeah. Well, you started at halfback though, didn't you?
Yeah, I played halfback in first 5 till I was 15. And then
that late. All right.
Yeah, I played halfback till I was 16, 17.
That's where you get that nice pass off the back of a maul.
I'd hope so, but I still have to work on it because I've thrown some shockers recently. And then, it wasn't until I was 16, 17-ish that I moved to 7, and all my mates were like, what are you doing? Yeah. Just want to get in the rucks. Yeah.
You love that side of the game, always?
Yeah, I like the physical side of the game.
Yeah. Were you a big guy?
Hell no.
No.
That's
why everyone was surprised.
I was 70 kgs, give or take, when I left school.
Wow.
Maybe like 75 when I left.
When you left?
When I left high school, I was tiny.
Did you make the first 15?
There's got to be an exaggeration.
Yeah, surely.
80.
That's like
80 though.
It's the weight of one of your quads now.
Like 80 max. 80 kgs max.
Playing 7 and first 15.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to play 2 years.
You must have been
punched above my weight.
Yeah.
Just fit back then. Yeah, I did a paper run, so I biked everywhere and then ran everywhere, and me and Geordie just running everywhere.
Yeah, where was Geordie playing at this point?
Geordie could play everywhere. We had an amazing team in my 6th form, year 12. We went 22 games unbeaten, and then lost to Wellington College in the Hurricanes final.
Oh, yeah.
Nelson Solomona and Pepe Sana and like all these guys playing for Wellington. And we had no necessarily flashy names.
Just two of the All Black greats.
No, but not back then. Like, we didn't make schools or anything. Just hard workers.
Yeah.
And it was a great reflection of our school, and I guess the communities we all came from was, nothing flashy, just hard work, keen to work for each other, and just go all day, really.
Yeah.
We weren't big. We could just tackle and run for ages.
Engines.
Yeah. And then year 13 was cool. Just more of the same, really. We had another good, successful year, and no one in particular really stood out. We just loved playing and representing Francis Douglas, and they were probably two of our most successful years as a college all up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And was your training ethic intense at this point? Were you training to be a pro?
I'm not sure if I was training to be a pro. I was training to be selected for the Taranaki under 18s.
Oh, yeah, the next step. Yeah.
Or the academy, or whatever that looked like. I wasn't sure what that would look like. I missed out on New Zealand schools and Barbarians, and I'm not sure if that was a deterrent per se, but I was just keen to just keep playing rugby, and the competitive nature in me, I didn't want to leave school and play Colts, so I was like, I want to play Prems. So I just got to keep training, really. At that stage, I wasn't set on whether or not I wanted to be a professional. I just wanted to keep playing, and if I was playing, play well.
But you're always competitive, even as
Yeah, 3 brothers and 2 older sisters for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And have always just worked hard, really.
Yeah. And you and Geordie, were you guys doing any training together, or were you guys?
Through high school, we definitely were always in the same team. Under 14s, under 16s, first 15, under 15s. So, yeah, we had an awesome crew, great crew of boys coming through school, and it was we were never short of training partners. Boys were always just keen to go for a run or like do something active, which is a cool part of growing up in Taranaki.
That's cool. And when you missed out on the New Zealand schools, how hard was that? Because
it was hard. I felt like I hadn't really put my best foot forward. I was involved with Chiefs 18s, and we got a hiding from the Blues 18s, 50 points to 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
They had like Rico and Taniela Tupou, and Jordan Traynor was carving up back then, and Sean Stevenson. So to see them play, I was like, I'm way off that level.
Yeah.
But it was a good eye-opener. I was disappointed, but I felt like I wasn't good enough at that stage, and wasn't big enough, and wasn't what they were looking for. Yeah,
so post-school you went up to Hamilton to study?
Yeah, I took a gap year. I wasn't sure what I wanted to study, so I didn't want to just go and study for the sake of it. So I took a gap year, worked at Barker's.
Did you? And New Plymouth? Yeah,
I had 3 jobs. Worked at Barker's, I was a teacher aide, and I worked on a chicken farm for a family friend.
Yeah.
And they all 3 jobs managed to work in cohesion with each other, which was amazing. And then I just trained outside of that and lived at home. Amazing gap year. But heaps of experience, and played club footy, and had a great time. But at the end of that, I got asked to join the Waikato under 19s program, and went to Waikato University as well. So,
easy decision to go up there, because it was the only option, really.
Yeah, it was. It was there or Massey and Manawatu, and then join the Manawatu Academy. But I had a great under 19s campaign with Taranaki, and I think that really set me up for the following year, which I was really grateful for.
Yeah. What happened that year?
Oh, we just punched above our weight.
Yeah.
I think we beat Wellington, and a couple of our boys made the New Zealand 20s. I didn't make any higher honours, but I played well.
Yeah.
And obviously pricked the interest of someone up there. So, I was very pleasantly surprised to receive that call, and happy to take it up. Yeah.
Did you feel like you should have made New Zealand under 20s? Because I know you were banging on the door of New Zealand under 20s.
Not at that.
Not the year early.
Not the year early.
The next year.
The next year. And I think that's a big part of my journey, was the reasoning behind why I didn't make it. So I went to Waikato, trained harder than I've ever trained before, and along with everyone else. It was a tough program. And we ended up winning it. and playing very well. And then, I think I just got a little bit complacent after the tournament. Didn't work like I should have, and turned up sloppy to the camp. But the main reasoning was just my attitude and the way I would shoot my mouth off during games and all sorts of things. So that was the messaging I got. Was this is the reason you're not going to make the team? Is you're a bit of a dickhead.
Really? Was it that straight?
It was actually word for word.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a bit of a dickhead. So
Man.
that was
that.
Young du Plessis didn't take it too well. I mean, I didn't say anything back. I just, but far out, it's just straight down the barrel.
Yeah.
But I think at that time, that's what I needed to hear. Because I was just too loud, too everything apart from just playing good footy, which I was doing as well. So it's a great learning curve.
Yeah.
For a 19-year-old.
So they basically thought you were good enough to be in there on the field. It was just your character.
Yeah, effectively. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you improve that, or what?
I wasn't
what was the
sure.
response to that?
I was like, damn.
I don't know how to train for that.
Well, at the time I didn't.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you
You
don't,
know.
How do you not be a dick?
Yeah. Honestly, I was like, far out. I've got no idea what to do in the situation, post the camp and stuff like that. And just went back to playing club footy in Hamilton, and then just an absolute saving grace. My agent messaged me one day and he's like, hey, mate, you got time for a call? And I was like, yep. And he's like, he called me up and he said, look, Chris Gibbs, new coach for Wellington Lions, saw you play 19s and they're after a 7, but there's no contract. He's not offering you a contract. He just wants to see what you got, I guess, and how soon can you be down there in Wellington? And I think it was a Monday, and I said, I can be down there tomorrow.
True.
And that was literally it.
Were you battling in Hamilton at this point?
Yeah, I was battling. I was in the academy, was in the wider Mitre 10 team, but not,
Yeah.
I was technically signed because I was on a PUD.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So when I moved to Wellington, and then I ended up signing with Wellington, I was a loan player, is that
Yeah.
the term? But yeah, when I moved to Wellington, literally 2 days after that call, I wasn't sure if I would even end up with a contract. But I literally overnight, I decided that I'm going to make the most of this opportunity and, do my absolute best to change a couple of the things that have held me back previously, i.e. under 20s. So yeah, I moved down with 2 bags. The only person I knew in Wellington at the time was Geordie.
Oh, yeah.
I flicked him a message and I was like, hey, bro, I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I'm coming down to Wellington to train with the Lions. Do you ever, can I crash on your couch? And he's like, I can do one better. You can stay in my garage. So extremely grateful for him and Alice. And I lived in the garage for a good 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Right next to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, and great. I think it was the best thing for me. It was just this extremely humble setup, and I would leave there and go, and I was lucky enough to end up playing for Wellington that year, and so I'd go and play Mitre 10 Cup and then come back to my little garage and go back to work in the morning, and I think that was the best thing for me at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I decided to just make the most of the opportunity and put my best foot forward, and didn't get it right every time.
Yeah.
By far, mate, like way off sometimes, but it was slight improvements every day, and yeah, I'm really grateful for Gibbo for taking that risk on me, I guess, because I had never proven myself anywhere.
Yeah. So how did you go from that opportunity? It sounded like you're just coming in for sort of training cover to then starting.
I just turned up, just eager as, didn't say much, especially in the first few weeks. Just trained hard, played the preseason, and then we came around to. Honestly, can't even remember whether the conversation around signing me was had.
Yeah.
I just remember getting to the first week, we were playing 1 or 2, and they named the team and I was starting, and I was just, what the
Yeah,
what far out. And it was just amazing, Yeah, Brad Shields was the captain then.
Oh, yeah.
We played against Nehi Milner-Skudder, and that was the back end of a lot of boys' careers, so I was lucky enough to be playing alongside a lot of amazing athletes.
Yeah.
And I just felt like a fish out of water for a stage there, but, found my way slowly and, yeah.
Did you feel like you were good enough?
Felt like I was good enough. But I wasn't sure if I knew exactly what it took or what I was doing all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if I played well. I wasn't sure why I played well.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have a routine in place. I didn't know how I best learnt the new plays. Whereas now, I know what my week looks like back to front and what it takes. But back then it was just a lot of guesswork and a lot of hit and misses. But, just lucky enough we had a great group of young boys coming through and, Safo, Izzy, Alex Fido, Peter Umaga Jensen, Thomas Umaga Jensen. So, even Billy Proctor straight out of school, Xavier Numere. So there was a lot of us in the same age group that could help each other out because we were all learning the same stuff for the first time relatively. So, yeah.
What size are you at this point? Because obviously
back then,
left school, not, what was it, 2 years later?
Yeah, I packed on the weight first year out of school, so 10 kgs pretty quickly.
Wow, how'd you do that?
I was Taranaki Pre-Academy.
Yeah.
Hopped on protein for the first time and, just loved it. I was like, far out.
Genes kicked in.
And I think when I moved to Wellington, I was 94 kgs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 94 or 93, something like that.
Yeah. What are you now?
I was not 108 the other day.
Far out.
Yeah.
You've bulked up from school.
Yeah, it's been a slow grind putting the weight on, but know what works for me now and know how important it is.
Was that always something they'd say to you as a 7, too small?
Yep, every single time.
Every time.
Every time. I just got to the point where I was sick of it, so I was like, let's hit the gym and eat some food. But no matter how much I ate, the weight was so slow to come on.
Yeah.
Especially a few years out when I was 20, 21.
Yeah, and that's when people are saying you need to be bigger.
Yeah.
And that's your...
Yeah, it was just, I just got sick of eating. I had to eat all the time and, we'd get to a stage where I'd, before bed I'd need to eat again and I'd just be like gagging and my eyes would be watering. Pause. But, I'm just trying to, force feed myself so that I've just continuously got enough fuel in the tank. And then it just so slow. Like I'd put on 500 grams a month or, just not really see it and not sure whether that's because I haven't gone to it or not. But we got there in the end.
Yeah, as people I don't think people understand how hard the struggle of trying to put weight on is. They just eat more. Well, eating is hard, eh?
For some boys, it's hard to put the weight on.
Yeah.
And then for some boys, it's hard to keep the weight off. They just look at food and put it on. So, either way, unless you're born with the perfect genetics, which some people are, and that's amazing. But either way, it can be hard, whether you're trying to put it on or keep it off.
Yeah. And then your journey into the Hurricanes, well, that was the following year, was it?
Yeah, it was actually. I didn't pick up a contract, but I played well enough to, and I think it helped that I was based in Wellington. So, and I was actually living 300 or 400 metres away from where we used to train at Rugby League Park.
Yeah.
But I was post-Mitre 10, went back to studying at Vic Uni just to keep ticking along the papers. And I started a BMS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just the undergraduate business paper.
Yeah.
And I started labouring.
Man, you've done a few jobs.
Hell yeah. People think I haven't worked my whole life, but
yeah.
I didn't play super till 4 or 5 years out of school. So I've actually...
So this is for 4 years out of school?
I think 4 years, yeah.
Okay.
2014 I left, 2019 made my debut at Super.
Mate,
so,
you worked at Barker's, chicken farms, you're a labourer.
People don't think I'm like anything, and I'm like, bro, I know my way around a hammer, man.
You built a house in Samoa when you were 3.
Yeah. So I think Blackie had a concussion the week of Brisbane Tens, and I got a call 2 days before the team left.
Tens,
from Lardy and Wardy, and I was just like over the moon.
Yeah.
I hadn't been training with the team or anything like that, and they just said, "Are you ready to?" So yeah, I'm ready, 100%. And just such a cool experience to go from labouring to being with the Hurricanes, even though it's not the real deal.
Yeah.
And obviously, put my best foot forward. So after that, I was just training every week with the Hurricanes during pre-season and the season. And I think I signed my first super contract before the following Mitre 10. So just through purely my training and eagerness, I think I was knocking on Plum's door every other week, like, have you got a contract for me yet? I genuinely think I was doing that.
Yeah.
And so before Mitre 10 even came around, I had a contract 2 years, and I just, never looked back.
Mate, how good. Well, my first memory of you was you on the training field, man. You were just one of those guys who was just so competitive, and, you do all those things that at the breakdown you'd hold someone in for longer, or you'd just, every time you'd go into contact you were like hard, and I was like, at that time I was like, man, this is like
annoying,
but
100%.
But then you have a reflection moment. You're like, man, this guy's doing what he needs to do to get his career going. So, like, fair play to him. And I know I annoyed some people sometimes. I remember a few fights, especially, was it TJ or Artie?
It was probably both of them.
Both of them. And I remember how gutted you were after that.
Yeah,
it was like you came back into the changing rooms, and it was...
Yeah, I was not happy.
Nah, you looked so disappointed. It was like your idol had just...
But plenty of learning curves.
Yeah.
But you're right, like, at that stage, if I was to go about it with knowing what I know now, I'd go about things differently. Like,
what would you do differently?
Well, the Thursday before a game isn't really the time for you to prove yourself. It's we're trying to set the boys up to beat the Blues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I've always thought it's a lot easier to pull someone back than it is to continuously push someone forward and encourage them to just give more. So it took a lot of pulling back for me at the early stages of my career, but I was just competitive and thought that was my only way to prove, that I had the goods to be here at Super. So I guess in hindsight, probably didn't have to be as competitive and as physical at training. Because there's also an element of respect there. Like, these guys have been around for so long, and I'm trying to, like, go toe to toe with them. Like, what? Who am I, bro? Like, why am I possible? Like, they don't give a flying fuck. And I ruffled some feathers, and back then I used to think, what's the problem? Like, I'm just competing, and at the end of the day, this is making you better. But at times it probably wasn't. It was just being a menace. Which some cool stories, obviously, to reflect on, and some big learning curves for a young Duplessis, but it's all part of it. And there are kids that come through these days and do effectively the same thing, and a few of the boys just want to give them a hiding, and I have to, like, God, come on, boys, like, let them be. Because
we've all been
just reminded me of myself. So which is cool though, because I can relate, and then I can go and have a yarn to them and just help them tweak how they train that day, and which allows them to still be competitive but not get punched in the head by one of the older boys.
Yeah, because obviously coming in, Artie would have been like one of your heroes.
Oh, huge.
What was someone like him? What's the influence he had on you?
Massive. I wasn't sure if I would ever play pro rugby, and he was the man back then, and the young, flanker coming through, and he was someone that we all just looked at, like him, Sonny Bill Williams, those kind of, like, far out there, the man.
Yeah.
Obviously many other players as well. And then to be in the same team as him and be able to train alongside him was huge. And yeah, maybe when I was younger, I just thought that's the guy I need to, like, when he wakes up, I need to wake up. When he goes to sleep, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He helped so much in the early days. But yeah, I just ended up trying to compete with him all the time, and I ended up pissing him off. But yeah, he's been amazing for my journey, especially the part where he was at the Hurricanes and I was a lot younger. Just seeing his work ethic, and similar to a lot of the other veterans who had been around and done a lot of things with their career, I was very fortunate to be able to learn off, like, even you, like, everyone who had been around for a while. It was just a great opportunity for me to just learn off every day.
Yeah. And were you confident? Like, you always seem like you're really confident in your own ability. Or were you not? Deep down, yeah.
You've got to be.
Yeah.
You've got to back yourself. But a lot of it, there's all, I think for all of us, there's a portion of what we do is we fake it till we make it.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the answers, act like you do until it's too late, or until you actually figure it out. So that was I'm probably not good enough to do this or go about it this way, but I'm just gonna just make it work until I am, always been confident, but it's hard to be confident when you're in a team full of All Blacks and people who are just so much better than you, and you're playing other teams that are full of All Blacks and people who are so much better than you. So I wouldn't say it's misled confidence. It was just a survival confidence. If I don't go about it a certain way, I'm going to get chewed up and spat out the other end. So I've actually got to, I've got to actually provide some value here.
Yeah.
However that is. Just make do until I actually can provide even more value.
Yeah, and did you come into your sort of career with a real clear point of difference that you felt you offered the others didn't?
No point of difference. I was short, I was small. I was short, I was small, I was fit, but everyone else is fit. I worked hard, but everyone else works hard as well. So, I was just counting my blessings to be in the environment to begin with and just keen to learn as much as I can. And it took a very long time for me to identify what my points of difference could be. And I guess we get to the stage now in my career where, if you ask someone who's just a fan of rugby what my points of difference are, they're probably pretty similar to what we would both say. So that's a journey to get to those points though.
Yeah.
And
on debut, did you score a try on debut?
Yeah, I did.
That's right. One of the greats.
Yeah, similar to the Lions debut, I had a good preseason, worked my butt off. Was competing with Artie and Sam Henwood and Gareth Evans.
Yeah, that's right.
Hell of a crew. And they went to name the first team to go over to Aussie, and I was on the bench, and I genuinely couldn't believe it. I just had no idea it was coming. I was very aware of my place in the pecking order, and I just was just stoked. I think there was 5 of us named to debut that day. Chippy, Billy, Xavier, and maybe Izzy. I can't remember who else, but just to be named to play for the Hurricanes at 20, 21, 20, just a dream come true. And at that age, I didn't think I deserved it, and I couldn't believe that it was happening.
Who was that against?
It was against the Waratahs, and it was a tight old game.
In Manly?
Yeah.
Was that your debut?
Yeah, and I come off the bench.
I dislocated my shoulder.
Yes. No, you did. Yeah. In the opposite 22.
Yeah. And Carmichael Hunt.
Yeah. I just remember just feel like just being gutted for you because you had a massive preseason, an awesome preseason. And it was obvious because you had previous injuries that you were just like, nah, no excuses, just trying to make it work. And you got yourself to the playing position and then you just got injured. We couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But
I remember watching your try was after I'd gone off, and I remember seeing it in the hospital when they were trying to put my shoulder back down. Yes.
That was for you, bro. But
you did a good celebration too. You were right into it.
Oh, it was just emotion in the moment. Yeah,
it was cool.
But I thought I'd lost us a game because I actually gave away a penalty.
Oh, did you?
As soon as I came on, putting my elbow into Michael Hooper's head.
Oh, deliberate.
No, me and Artie were latched to pick and go over the line, and we actually got over the line. And I remember Hoops was like there, 3-point stance, and I was like, I'm going to corner clean you,
Yeah.
But I raised my elbow up, and it just smoked him in the neck and the chin, and they brought it back. And I thought my debut was over before it even started. I was like, oh no, yellow card and everything. Lost us the game, yellow card, I'm done. And then, it was just a penalty, but we were still down. And we found ourselves in the 22 and we ran a maul. And honestly, I just hit the maul, popped out the other side, and I was on the try line. And won that and put us in a good position to win the game.
Yeah.
And it's just a phenomenal way to start your super
season. What a
season.
start. And did you feel comfortable after that? Do you feel like you belonged or like you were good enough? No, still not.
I was out there, stoked to be out there, but still just like a deer in the headlights. And I remember making a tackle and being like, oh, that was like a hard tackle. And I spent too long in that moment, I think, and all I could hear was Geordie just like, get up, get back in the line. And I was like, oh, damn, yep, okay, we're up, it's another level.
Yeah.
Every game from that point on was a big learning curve.
Yeah.
And every week as well, just trying to figure out what worked for me. And how I could take what we learnt and what we were coached throughout the week into the game and be as effective as possible.
Yeah. And one thing, I guess you spoke around the discipline there. It was probably something that
Far out.
hindered your career at the start. How's that journey been to get to where you are now?
Yeah, massively. There was a law change at one point, which meant you couldn't just latch onto the ball, you had to show a lift.
Yeah.
And I was way too slow to adapt to that. So I'd be like clean on the ball, but it wouldn't be lifting, and then it would look like I'm going off my feet.
Yeah.
And I think there was one season I was just penalty after penalty after penalty and a couple yellow cards. Just shocking. Just absolutely, like, just no accuracy at all at the breakdown. And yeah, I just decided enough's enough, and it's a pretty slow burn after that to work on it. But yeah, slowly worked on it, and this season I only gave away 5 penalties for the whole of Super Rugby, which I think was the least in the flankers, which is
stat.
Yeah, a big tick in that box, I think, and it just comes down to seeing the pictures, knowing what the refs are trying to look for as well when they look at a ruck, and just choosing the high percentage plays. Sometimes you can't, like, you have to make a play for your team, you're under pressure, but more often than not, you got plenty of time to make a decision. And I don't want to let the team down. So I just try to be as reliable and as consistent as possible in that area.
Yeah. And was that something that the All Blacks had given you feedback on?
Yeah, massively. Yeah, for a few years.
Yeah.
Just inaccuracy at the breakdown, but also consistency just all over the pitch. I'd have a good game. I'd have a game with a few, like a real uppy game, and then the next couple of games I'd just be real inactive, inaccurate, And so they were the big comms, was be more accurate at the breakdown and be more consistent throughout the season. So, among other things. But yeah, the penalties was something that was definitely a negative of my career, especially the first 2 or 3 at super level.
Yeah, because you got a taste with the All Blacks. Was that 2020 or
2020? Yeah, I was not.
Did that come out of the blue?
Yeah, it came out of the blue. I was playing well for the Lions.
That's right. You're captain too, eh? Young captain?
Yeah, young captain. I think that was my second season captaining.
Yeah, far out.
I co-captained with Proctor the first year.
That's right.
Again, wasn't ready for that. And then, I got called into the All Blacks. Was not ready for that either. But, 21 years old, 22, getting called into the All Blacks, you're not going to say no.
Did you know you weren't ready?
In hindsight.
Yeah, now. Yeah.
Like the year after or 2 years after, I was like, you were an idiot. Like, you just did not put your best foot forward at all.
Oh, okay. What'd you do?
No, nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Just like I said earlier, I was still trying to figure out what it took for me to play well each week.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a routine. I didn't know how to learn as effectively and efficiently as possible. And so I was thrust into that environment, and I tried to make it look like I was working hard, but it was just all over the show. Wasn't ready for, and it's a pressure cooker up there.
Yeah.
Absolute pressure cooker. And it ate me up and spat me out. And I that got to my head. So the following super season, I was playing as if I was the next All Black 7 per se. And it's just bit of a shit show, bro. So it was a massive, just a big lesson, really, and many things: humility, consistency, hard work.
Yeah.
Like, you can never stop working hard, and it took me a long time for me to realize that and learn from that experience to get to where I've been for the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah,
because you always had heaps of competition at loose forward at the Hurricanes too.
Yeah, massively.
Every week you've got about 9 awesome loosies to choose from.
And that's just, the Hurricanes have always been blessed with amazing loosies.
Yeah.
Vai Fafita, even Sam Lassie could play 6, Artie, just Gareth Evans. Genuinely, every year, it was boys would add to that list and add heaps of value. Reed Prinsep, Devin Flanders, we've got Braden Yossi, Peter Larkine now, just continuously more and more high quality flankers would join the crew. Te Kamaka Howden down with the Highlanders now playing well. And so it was like a bloodbath every single week. Yeah. And you'd feel for the boys who weren't playing, but then when you weren't playing, you were like pissed off as well. But yeah, I mean, I think that environment, especially in the loose forwards, has pushed us all to be better. And you see the fruits of that now with boys like Devin Flanders, Peter Larkai, Braden Yossi playing phenomenal rugby.
Yeah.
I think that comes from competing with each other every week at the Hurricanes just to play. Genuinely just to be like in the three or on the bench.
Yeah. Was there a point where you felt like you were going to just shoot overseas? You'd sort of give up on that All Black dream?
Nah, there wasn't a point where I thought I'd given up and I was keen to go overseas, but my hand was forced when a club in Japan sent me an offer.
Oh, yeah.
That was earlier this year.
Oh, true.
And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but the money was really enticing.
Yeah.
Like life-changing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was forced to make a decision around actually what do I actually want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you come to the decision?
This is a few sleepless nights.
Yeah. It's always stressful, eh?
Yeah, it was stressful. Rugby, it didn't affect my rugby because I felt like rugby was the one time when I could actually just only think about one thing and not my life decisions. Last year for Super, I had a pretty up and down year. I was on the bench half the season. Peter Larko was carving up. But I had a good back end of the year, captained the XV and won the championship with the Lions. So there was a little bit of faith in where I could still be going with my career.
Yeah.
Wasn't set in stone, but I was pretty sure like I had made some adjustments and I was pretty sure if I kept along that path that it would all start to land in the right spot.
Being named captain of the All Black 15, that must have been...
Yep, massive encouragement that I was doing the right things. Clayton McMillan named me captain and just said some really nice things about the way he sees me play, and that was really humbling coming from, the Chiefs head coach.
Yeah.
I think, that along with the championship, to finish last year, being called into the All Blacks and actually making the most of that opportunity compared to the first time. I ended last year on a very good note, and that left me with plenty of motivation to really attack this year. The offer from Japan was an absolute spanner in the works because I was like ready to pre-season hard, compete with Pete to play for the Hurricanes and just keep growing really. I felt like I'd been given a new life towards the end of last year, and then this offer. Oh, bro, and
was it needed?
Nah, it genuinely wasn't. But my old man was like calling me up, like, son, you gotta go, like, go to Japan, bro. Like, that's the next best thing is, and Mila and I actually decided that. Well, I decided that I was going to take up the offer mentally. Yeah, I was like, does it get any better than this? Maybe, might not. And then Mila and a couple others were like, are you sure this is the right decision? And then...
Because Mila's a netballer, right? So did this come into the play at all? Because
Nah, it didn't. She's...
Her career, chasing her dreams.
She's phenomenal. Like, we both understand what it takes.
Yeah.
And we know it's not forever, so we would never want to be in the way of each other achieving what they want to achieve while they can play.
Yeah.
So, hers is Silver Ferns in the World Cup, and obviously mine was the All Blacks and or whatever it looked like for rugby. And no, she would never argue against something just for her own sake. Yeah. She was always supportive of what was actually best.
That's cool.
And we ended up getting in an argument because I was like, I think I've decided to go. And she's like, nah, I think you're just giving up. And I was like, I'm effing not giving up. What do you mean? This is a lot of money, blah, 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 setting us up.
Yeah.
And then, this is the easy way out. And then we went home and she went off somewhere else. And then I sat there and I actually just was real honest with myself. I said, am I taking the easy way out, or do I actually feel like I've got more to give, and what does that look like? And if I stay, am I ready to do what that takes to, get to where I want to go? And made that decision pretty much that night. So very, very, as soon as I made that decision within myself, I felt like I was at peace.
Let's go.
I hadn't called anyone. I hadn't let my agent know. I just told Mila, and instantly just felt just calm, like I'd made the right decision. And I think I knew that all along. But yeah, that's
Money talks.
Money talks, but how good is it to have a strong woman in your life that can hold you to account sometimes?
So underrated.
Yeah, she straightened me right up.
Yeah, well, when people talk about like what helped them succeed, the woman
massively
in the same house is often one that's overlooked or not spoken about enough. But when you've got a good one in your corner, just how much it can help your career.
Yeah, hugely. And I'd like to say I would end up getting to that decision by myself anyway, but she just encouraged me.
You were gone. You were after the cash.
Nah, I wasn't fully gone. I was pretty certain that was the best decision for our future.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, as soon as I decided, and then we talked about it, just calm as like, yep, perfect. And then pretty soon after that, it was like, all right, like let's really get to work and fully commit to this decision.
Yeah.
If that ends up being I become an All Black, so be it. If it doesn't, then at least I've left everything on the table, and I can leave, with no stone unturned and be happy with my effort. Yeah. Which actually showed me that I had a lot more to offer and a lot more to give in my everyday life to footy. And yeah, I guess we're at the point we are at now, which is having achieved the dream of mine. So. Yeah, some year, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if you didn't make the All Blacks, do you feel like you would have regretted not making it? Or were you at peace that you hadn't taken it?
No, I was at peace because if I didn't make the All Blacks, I think I was proud of the way I conducted myself throughout Super.
Yeah, cool.
And the efforts and the new habits and routines that I picked up to put myself in a position to play well every week, which was something new in my career. And that kind of lended towards the consistency of everything. So if I wasn't in Razor and Mutt's plans for the team this year, at least I knew that I had put my absolute everything into it and put my best foot forward for the Hurricanes. And then would have just faced what was next after that.
Yeah. Had they spoken to you? Had they given you any?
Yeah, they had spoken to me. The feedback was I was pretty far down the line.
Yeah.
This was around the time of me making the contract decision, so that communication definitely didn't help the decision making process. And I took it into account. I just didn't, I believed in myself, and I believed I had more to offer in terms of how much I contributed to, my week and my team. So I think I appreciated their honesty around where I sat.
Where was it?
Yeah, it was pretty low, like 5.
Oh, yeah.
Like 5th, number 7.
Wow, okay. You jumped a few.
And to be fair, that was probably bang on, at the time.
Were you always pretty self-aware like that? Or
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. People think I've got this, this like ego or this persona about myself, but I'm pretty aware of who I'm competing against.
They only know the under 19.
Well, they seen like one clip on Sky Sport or something, but that's it. People's perception is their reality.
Yeah.
But no, I've always been extremely aware of the competition within New Zealand, especially around loose forwards. But that hasn't stopped me from always believing in my ability to compete with them.
Yeah.
Or to be better than them on any given night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be the best in New Zealand, but that doesn't mean I can't be better than you tonight.
Yeah.
Hurricanes versus XYZ. There's no reason why that can't be the case. And if I do that enough times a year, then I put myself in a pretty good spot to hopefully be picked. And I guess that ended up happening.
Yeah, it's cool. And I remember talking to you after one of the games this year, and it was around the consistency of it. You just felt like you couldn't have a bad game all year, or else it would have been a big cross next year.
Yep.
Like you really felt like every week you had to play 9, 8, 10 out of 10.
Yep. I remember that chat after the Crusaders beat us in Wellington. That's it. Like, some players have lives.
Yeah.
And others who are yet to prove themselves internationally, probably don't. We don't have that many lives. And so honestly, every day I just would just do everything possible to set myself up to play as reliably. I didn't need to be world beating. I didn't need to be world class. I didn't need to be like highlight reel stuff. I just set myself up to be as reliable as possible on game day. And that just meant making my tackles, aware of exactly what I'm trying to do in this play, and leading well. And then I think that's a great platform for playing well and making big plays or being in the right spot to affect the game. So yeah, every game I just felt like if I didn't play well, bang, gone. Back down. So
Yeah.
And it probably sounds like I put a lot of pressure on myself, but it didn't feel like pressure. It just felt like I just needed to do more work throughout the week.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I had a great routine and it was landing in the right spot come game day. So I just kept it the same and added one or two things each week to be better. Yeah.
That's cool. And then when you get to the announcement day, what's that like?
Oh, bro, I was just... Well, I got a call the day before.
Oh, you did? Were you expecting a call or were you hopeful of a call? Did you know calls were coming that day?
Yeah, but I thought calls were coming for, if you didn't make it. The phone started ringing and, yeah, it was Razor's number and I was like, answered it. And, yeah, obviously it was good news. Was just grateful, bro. Just ecstatic, so stoked to call Mila, mum and dad, and then, but no time to like dwell on that really, because I've been in the environment before. That's half of it.
Yeah,
getting named to play is the next part, and then staying and being consistent is the part after that. And then, I was very aware that making it was one small step in the right direction, but playing and all the hard work was actually in front of me now, and I'd done what I needed to do to get there. I just needed to do even more now to stay there and keep being competitive.
And the moment when you are named, it was bench to start, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But
what was that game like?
Special, pretty aware that childhood dream's going to come true, and it's something every Kiwi kid kind of dreams about. So, it was just an amazing feeling to officially be named, and to play down in Dunedin. Was lucky enough to have 8, 9 of my closest family and friends there, which was cool. It's a bloody expensive place to fly into, bro. Late notice. But special as. I felt like it was just a culmination of everything, all the lessons I learned at high school, New Zealand 20s, Lions, Hurricanes. Up until that point, we're just coming into that one moment to, come to fruition, really. But post that, I was actually very glad that my debut week was over because of all the media attention and everything like that. Maybe if I was younger, I would have loved it, but I was actually pretty over it. I was keen to just play footy and work. So once that was all over, I was actually a bit more at ease because none of the attention was on me anymore. It was maybe the new boys debuting and the challenge that we had facing France. So it was an amazing week, one I'm extremely grateful for, but I was pretty keen to move on from the attention that came with making my debut.
Yeah, I remember your parents getting interviewed after the game. You were in the stand with them. They were loving it, man. You could just see how proud they were of you.
I think that's one of the coolest parts about achieving something like that is actually not for yourself. It's like you look up there and you just see two people or your family members who have been there your whole life and have supported you regardless of how well you're doing. And to see them so ecstatic and proud and emotional is, in a small way, repaying them for everything that they've done along the journey. So that was, I was almost happier for mum and dad. Because I'm sure at stages there, they were like, oh, this guy's an idiot. He's wasting our petrol. But to achieve that was, I think it went beyond myself. It was, in a way, paying back all those people that have helped me out along the way. And it was cool throughout the week. People messaged me and, childhood coaches, academy managers, and I made note to reach out to a couple of people who I felt like had a big part to play in my journey. And,
cool.
Just, to let them know that I was about to achieve something, and in a way, I thank them for having, even if it was a small part to play in my journey.
Yeah, nice touch.
So that was really nice, yeah.
And then the following week, you're straight into it. You're starting this week?
Following week, bench again in Wellington, but another cool week because
back at home.
At home, bro, where I just, I feel like I know every blade of grass on that field.
Yeah.
And every way the wind blows. And I didn't play too well. I gave away a couple. But it was still cool to just play at home.
Yeah.
It felt like a second debut. And then the third week, I was on the bench again. And Lukey J went down in the warm-up, unfortunately. Right. And I was just, shoulder tap, you're starting, and just straight in there. Yeah. Some crazy journey, bro.
When you shoulder tap that late,
No, I was ready to go. Yeah, I was ready to go. Yeah. I was, I wasn't sure if it was me or Dalton. Or Christian, and then just got the shoulder tap, but I was humming through the warm up already, and I was just ready to go. And I think that just falls back on the work you do throughout the week and the way we set each other up to nail our role. And I wasn't nervous at all.
Yeah, played well.
Tried to. Still I've still got so much to learn at the international level, but I just tried to be accurate and busy.
What have you found the biggest difference? Yeah,
the speed, I reckon.
Yeah,
just the speed. Physicality's up there.
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, physicality's way up there. I was after the RG1, I was sore as.
Yeah.
But I think it's the speed, bro.
Yeah.
The speed at which we want to play, and the speed at which opposition players come at you, and you just have less time to do everything. Less time, less space. That's why it's amazing when you look at what players in our team can achieve out on the rugby field at international level, because you know how little time and space they have. So to see boys just carve up and, do these amazing things with their skill set is just like credit to them, because you know how hard that is to achieve.
Yeah. And one thing, I watch you play, and I think he must be so sore the next day. Like you just, even when you're playing NPC, whatever level it is, you're just over the ball, you're getting absolutely hammered, you're surviving cleans, you're throwing your body into everything. I just look at you and think, but that body takes a hammering.
Yeah, it does. Last year I was playing on local.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, quite a bit. Maybe like back 6 or 8 games. I had to What
was it for?
My
knees.
And both my ankles were buggered.
Oh, yeah.
But I was adamant I didn't want to get shifted out of the whole 23, so I just was making it work. But I knew that wasn't, I couldn't do that forever.
Yeah.
So this year, I just tried to nail my recovery, nail my eating, and just be as professional as I possibly could. And that actually helped.
Yeah.
So much.
Oh, that's cool.
I put on a little bit of weight, felt I was able to recover faster after games, which meant I could train better. It's like, duh. But, I was finally not just doing enough. I was actually doing absolutely everything I could this year.
Yeah.
The day after a game to get my body back to zero and then be able to train, well that week, and it helps a lot. But pretty sore. Sore as. But and it's all part of the job. I don't mind it.
Yeah, you're in the middle of a very competitive rugby championship.
Yep.
Obviously, South Africa will be your next game. You've come off the back of 2 big games against Argentina, won one, lost one. Aussie and South Africa were the same. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's an amazing challenge sitting in front of us, and I think we're all the whole nation are under no illusion, how fierce the competition is, especially with the results after 2 games. And, South Africa are coming here to do what no team's done in a very long time, and we're well aware of that. So we just got to keep working, really,
Yeah.
And then it doesn't get any easier after that. Australia are playing some brilliant rugby.
Yeah.
It's a pretty awesome competition after 2 weeks' time. And, as much as I would have, as much as we all would have loved to have won the game on the weekend, I think it just shows the quality of Southern Hemisphere rugby at the moment, the way the competition's gone after 2 games. So, plenty to look forward to, but also plenty of hard work in front of us to not just win games, but win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we're under no illusion. So, yeah, just got to buckle up and embrace the challenge, really.
Yeah. It's true, because often the All Blacks win the rugby championship and it's almost like, they should have, box tick. But this year, everyone knows that it's going to be a massive effort to win the rugby championship with what's coming.
Yeah, massively. I think it's also about restoring some real mana and pride in the black jersey and creating something that's new for the All Blacks. We had this glorious period of footy representing New Zealand, extremely successful, and I think now we're just trying to find a new, not a completely new identity, just a new shade of that identity and how we can move forward. So yeah, massive challenge, bro.
Yeah.
Massive challenge. But it's exciting, and that's why obviously I'm there now, but that's why we're there, is to just try and enhance the legacy and represent everyone in New Zealand as best as we can.
So what's next for you, man? Like, have you signed with the Hurricanes for...
Yep, signed
2 more?
Signed with New Zealand Rugby and the Hurricanes till the end of 27.
Oh, yeah, the World Cup, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Hurricanes as well.
Yeah, Hurricanes. Yeah, always Hurricanes.
Nice.
Well, as long as they want me. And then just see what happens towards the end of that 2 years. But extremely grateful to be signed with the Hurricanes again, and it's the only club I've ever known. Wellington, Porirua is home for me, and to be signed again and be playing my footy here, and I'm going to bring up 100 next year is, just
100. How good's that?
Just another childhood dream. Is when you're a kid, you just want to play for the team.
Yeah.
You never know you're going to play 100.
You get your name in the song.
Nah, because I'm playing 100, but there's like 16 people in front of me who have played 100 and like won World Cups and stuff like that. So yeah, I might be in the next, maybe the 4th or 5th song after that. But yeah, that's what's next.
Yeah.
But just I'm happy to have locked those 2 years in, and I guess that security allows me to now just focus on the weeks that are in front of me and a day at a time, which is, I guess that's put me in good stead over the last couple of years. Yeah.
What stopped the Hurricanes winning more titles?
I think consistency. Consistency, and I think being really assured of what our identity is as a club, because we're not the Crusaders, we're not the Blues, we're not the Chiefs, which sounds really obvious when I say it like that, but actually being really assured of who we are as a club, who we represent, the Lower North Island, and the way in which we want to do that and play, I think will go a long way into helping us win more championships, because we've got the experience now. We had 8 or 9 guys achieve 50 games for us over the last season. Geordie Barrett's coming back. We've got more All Blacks than we did 3 years ago. We've got amazing coaches. So a mix of being consistent and then just being really sure of who we are and what we're trying to achieve, I think will help land us in the right spot, because we've always had the talent.
Yeah.
When you were there, it's extremely talented. You guys won one. But I think just that consistency. Yeah. We have great games and then an off game and then another great game, but it doesn't need to be great and off. It could just be a bit closer to the middle. More consistent. Don't need to win flash all the time, and just go that way.
Yeah, because it's interesting. You mentioned all those guys who came through with you. Like, you've had that core group for a long time now, and it feels like it's time for them to start. You've had that group for a while to start winning.
I think
championships.
We're all aware of the reality of our situation, and we're all coming to a really nice spot in our lives and our careers where we're mature enough to take on the responsibility of the group, and we know what it takes to win games, and we know what it takes to prepare well and be coachable and learn fast. So it's about just putting that into our weeks as a whole group, not just 10, 12 of us. And we're getting there. We showed massive signs of improvement and growth this year. We had a tough start to the season. Tough start. At one stage, we had 16 injuries.
Yeah, brutal.
And all 16 of those players could have started. They were that good. So to fight our way out of that and put ourselves into a position where we could have gone further at the end of the year was really pleasing and something that all of us are proud of. But, we know that that's not good enough at the end of the day in terms of what we're actually trying to achieve. So, hopefully we don't have as many injuries next year, but also we just need to do the work, bro. Yeah, do the work and show some of that experience that we've all got now. Yeah.
Exciting times for Hurricanes fans. You guys are favourites by the sounds of that.
I'm not sure about favourites. We believe in ourselves, and we believe in where the club's going. So it's a exciting couple of years ahead.
Nice
for sure. But as we all know, everyone will continue to get better as well. So
oh, what a year ahead. Exciting. What about life after footy? I remember you talking on Artie's one. You're a TED Talk man.
Oh, yeah.
How's that journey going?
Yeah.
You still TED Talking?
No, I wouldn't say TED Talk. I do a fair bit of public speaking now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't chase it. If people come and ask me to talk at something.
Corporate?
A couple corporates, heaps of schools. I don't charge anything. Oh,
jeez, don't say that, mate. You're going to have...
Oh,
you're going to have gigs.
Cut.
I'm $10,000 a session.
If it's a school or...
You'll make more than your Japan gig. Yeah, I'm with you. If it's a school and those sort of things,
or family friend or whatever. Yeah, happy to give back. And if it works in their program, they're more than happy to, just show face and do that. So not sure if TED Talking is the way to go for me, but plenty of public speaking, which I think has helped.
Yeah.
With the communication through rugby, like we talked about earlier. That it's obviously not a full-time job unless you chase it hard enough. So, still trying to figure out what post-rugby Duplessis actually does for a living.
Yeah.
Could be like Colsey and just park up the coast. But, Mila and I, we're doing well outside of footy and have some good, systems in place to look after our money. So,
cool.
We'll just try to land in a nice spot after footy and maybe give myself a couple months of breathing room to figure it all out. But, I would actually like to have things in place by the time I finish playing footy.
We've got time.
And not be scrambling afterwards. So, probably need to put a little bit more energy and effort into figuring out what that looks like.
Yeah. And I was just thinking there around the dream of having a family, like having kids, and when your wife's a professional athlete, how hard's that? I've spoken to female athletes before around how do you come to that decision to, in the middle of your prime time career, decide to take 2 years off to have a baby?
Yeah. Sorry, I said it's hard. It's not hard for me. It's like... These women are just phenomenal athletes. They work so hard to achieve the things that they're achieving, represent New Zealand, compete at a high level, but then also they are faced with the challenge and the decision around wanting to start a family. And, obviously for guys it's pretty simple, but, it's a massive decision for them to step away from competing, representing, to start a family, and then it also opens the door for someone else to potentially take your position, not just for the meantime, but for long term. So, we don't have to face that as guys. But, for her and everyone else in her position, it's a massive decision that they have to make. And so I really applaud and commend women who have been able to step away from their game, start a family, which is something that's probably the most important thing in life, and then come back and be able to make it back into the New Zealand team and represent their country. I don't know how hard that is, but it's ridiculously hard. And so, one day we'll start a family. continuously say to me, let's just
When
whenever
you're
you're
ready.
ready, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I would never want to pressure you into stepping away from your dreams and your goals while you can play to, do something. Or, I mean, we both want to start a family, but just because I want it doesn't mean she wants it right now either.
Yeah.
So the Netball World Cup's in 27. So
Geez, that's going to be a big year for the Kirifi household.
I hope so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so. But, plenty of things to look forward to.
Yeah.
I think the kids are going to have to wait.
They're going to be
We're just
some
a cool
kids.
auntie and uncle now.
They're
So
gonna be some kids, though.
I hope so.
Oh, athletes. What a power couple.
She's the powerful one.
Well, mate, we have gone to the questions, and so many came in for you, mate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With two maybe three real themes. The first one being the quads.
Yeah.
We've got to address this issue. How do you get such big quads?
Yeah. Get asked that genuinely every day.
Do you?
Yeah.
From just randoms?
Yeah, in my message requests.
Oh, wow. Well, let's address it here, and
Yeah.
then maybe we can just...
So we grew up in, like, this is genuine.
Yeah.
Grew up biking everywhere in New Plymouth. I did a paper run every morning before school, so it's 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And it was always on, like, a real hilly part of our suburb. So it was just biking everywhere and then biking to school and home from school. And then I started to row when I was 16.
Yeah.
And I think I had a bit of definition there, but when I started rowing, they really started to like we said earlier, I was only 80 kgs when I left school, but my quads were like fully developed, bro. Like, it was weird. So it was like kind of skinny, scrawny.
Yeah.
And then like these like little like powerhouse pistons. And then afterwards the rest of me kind of caught up. But I don't know. They just kept getting bigger and more defined. And TJ Perenara always says it's just genetics. But I'm like, bro, I've been working hard on these puppies since I was like 11. But yeah, a lot of quad dominant exercising when I was younger, I think put me in good stead.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
What does that look like? Because that's sort of the next one, leg day rundown. Like, what's a typical leg day?
I don't do my own leg day. I just follow the trainers.
Oh, yeah.
So I haven't been, for the last 7-8 years, I haven't done anything
different,
specific or different to focus on my quads. I've just done whatever the trainers have told me to do. And
is everyone thinking you're sleeping on a wall squat, mate?
no, genuinely, people like, Mr. What's your leg day routine? I'm like, we don't have leg days as professional rugby players. We have a whole body, like we have a whole body, upper day, and then like a mixed, stretch session. We're not bodybuilders.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happened, but it is what it is.
And I guess the next one is secret to your arms. Doesn't sound like you get that as much, but
no, I don't get that one.
Been as impressed.
No, it's the same answer. Like, all of our workouts as professional rugby players incorporate like your whole body.
Yeah.
Olympic lifts and heaps of dynamic range of motion movements. So, we do a little bit of bench club and a couple buys and tries at the end, but nothing specific.
Yeah.
I think just boring answer, but just a great diet and working out every day is going to help.
It's disappointing because I used to bike everywhere.
Yeah,
too.
I know you did.
And I've got nothing.
I think you were in the Buys and Tries Club afterwards as well, in the singlet. Yeah.
Tighter shorts? Is that a part of it? Is that a deliberate thing?
People think my shorts are tight. I don't wear very small shorts.
You don't? No.
I genuinely don't. But they are just, if I wear them bigger because I'm shorter, then they actually
go over your knees.
then they're actually just real puffy and long. Yeah. So proportionately, they actually just don't work for me unless I wear that size. So if I'm just standing there, they look fine. While I play, they ride up.
Yeah,
but if I go
in that lean,
if I go upper size, then they're down around my knees. So I'm
like you're off the skate park.
Hey, look, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place here, guys.
I'll go tight. If I have to, I'll go tight. Oh, that's good stuff. The next theme was, will he ever come back and play for the Bulls? There's a lot of...
Is there a lot of those?
A lot of Taranaki hardcore What a Lad fans who just wonder if you'd ever get back there.
Yeah, short answer.
You will.
Yeah, if it works out.
Yeah.
If that is pre or post me going overseas at some stage, I think it would be nice for me to, if they want me, represent Taranaki, the place I grew up in, born and bred. So how that looks, when that looks, when that happens, unsure. But yeah, one day.
Open to it.
One day, hopefully. Yeah, definitely open to it.
That'll get a lot of people excited. The next one is, what do the numbers on his tats mean?
Yeah, great question. This one is just family members. It's Roman numerals.
Yeah.
The ones on my arms it's so stupid. I just wanted something that looked symmetrical.
Yeah.
So my birthday is the 3rd of the 3rd. So I just decided to get 0303 on the back.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it was symmetrical. This one is 685, Samoa area code.
Yeah.
And that's it. Those are the only numbers.
What else you got there?
Nah, it's just half of them are just thought of on the spot.
Do you just rock up on the day?
Yeah, most of them.
Far out.
My back's not. A couple of others aren't. But yeah, heaps of these little ones are just
Is your
on
last
the
name
spot.
on your back?
Nah, my last name's not on my back.
What's on your back?
Just a big Samoan tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Down the spine, yeah.
Anything on the front?
Nah, nothing on the front. Yeah, just my arms at this stage and my legs. Yeah, I don't regret any of them.
Nah.
Some of them are more interesting than others, though. You know, that was what I was feeling at the time.
Will you just keep getting more?
Yeah, I'll probably keep getting more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing on the neck or...
Nah.
Well, never say never, but at this stage, no.
Next
but
week.
yeah, just always been a little bit creative, so don't mind. Mum hates them.
Oh, does she? Oh, yeah. What about Dad?
Oh, he doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
No, he's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you get those Samoan tats up the legs?
Tatao?
Yeah.
Oh, better. That's a journey, man. I wouldn't get it unless I felt like I had really fully reconnected with the Samoan culture.
Yeah.
You know, learnt the language. Yeah. Everything for Samoa, but yeah, so I wouldn't feel like getting them would be doing them justice if I just got them.
Fair enough.
You know, today. But that's a commitment, man. They traditionally to do them is 4 days of just agony.
Hey. Yeah.
Or not if you're tough. It's a big process, and an emotional and a spiritual one as well. So it's not just about slapping some ink on.
Yeah. And it would hide the definition.
I think if you're at the stage of getting the better, the definition is the least of your worries.
Okay, ask him how he feels about his old man working at a rival New Plymouth school.
Oh, great question. So Puli Omer Kirifi works for Boys High, which is the arch rival of Francis Douglas Memorial College, and stoked for him. He does a great job there, helps out all the Pacifica boys and runs the rugby program, and is serving a great purpose there and helping out a lot of boys and families. So stoked for him. And it's been nice to go up there and support him in some of the stuff that he does and toe talk with the job that he does. But yeah, I'll never support Boys High. So, I'm still, college forever, but that doesn't stop me from supporting Dad and being happy for him. Yeah. He does an amazing job up there, and just like Francis Douglas, Boys High is an amazing school doing good things with their kids. So yeah.
Oh, he's a champion man.
He is.
Okay, what made him want to be the face of the Head First Wellbeing campaign?
Head First Wellbeing campaign was a long time ago.
Was that?
I wouldn't say I was the face at all.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, at a young age, I was pretty aware of the impacts of mental health and or the negative and positive impacts.
Did you go through much?
Yeah, I think it was a reflection, my keenness and eagerness to lend my voice to, or show face or help out in that kind of sector and environment was a reflection of my own journey and not always knowing how to deal with my emotions and disappointments or tribulations of rugby. And so I was pretty keen to help out, but also learn more for myself. Because I had no idea what I was doing at times. And, as much as we're around people all the time in our job, it can be a very lonely world sometimes if you don't have the right people to talk to or feel like you've got those relationships. So you go home and it's just you and yourself dealing with the emotions and the disappointments that, might come your way. And if you don't have the right tools, then, it can be quite hard sometimes. So, I was just keen to... I knew that it was something that is important, has always been important.
Yeah.
But I was on my own journey, so I was like, there's no better way to learn myself than to help out and lend a voice. But yeah, as with everything, it's still extremely important, the mental health space. Yeah.
Well, you've obviously done a good thing, because this guy is loving your work. This one, does he still put flatmates on the mattress in his spare room instead of buying a bed?
I know exactly who that's from. That's a stitch up.
Mate, when they come in, they've got to start humble like Geordie did for you.
No, 100%. Nah, this is such a stitch up. I said to him, mate, we've got 2 spare bedrooms at home.
Yeah.
One's fully furnished, set up, and the other is actually Mila and I's like wardrobe, effectively.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he was in for, this is Keanu Kirifi signs, by the way.
Yeah.
And he was in for a couple of weeks, and I was like, bro, I've got a couple of mid-eye mattresses, which my like younger brother stays on. Do you want me to go and buy a bed, or are you happy to like mid-eye style it in the spare room for a couple of weeks? He's like, nah, all good, cuss, whatever. And I was like, sweet as. And then every time he hits me up about it, he bought a bed yet? Like, I made the All Blacks, and he's like, you can afford to buy a bed now, bro. I was like, shut up.
Full on stitch up.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay. How hard is it to be away from Mila after a loss?
Yeah, pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard, but I'm not like, you're super emotional. Well, it depends what the game is. Like, It's always nice to be around family after big games, but, throughout the flow of the season, we both are working hard to achieve our dreams, and if she's not there or I'm not there for her, then we've accepted that, and I'll just go home and jump on Fortnite with the boys. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, good question. Yeah, can be hard. More often than not, it's not too hard, because it's just our day-to-day life.
Yeah, well answered. Okay, what age should I stop trying for NPC after academy?
That's a great question. I don't know if there's an age. I think if you have other things going well in your life, say while you're in academy, you're studying and you've got a degree and you start working, or you have an apprenticeship, then you'll be playing club rugby anyway. And we've seen here in Wellington that, you can make your debut for the Lions at any age.
Kyle Preston
is a great example. He wasn't too old, but he didn't take the typical academy super junior route. He just kept playing
press-ups in his garage.
Yeah, he just played phenomenal rugby for OBU club team, year in, year out, and fought his way into the Lions, and now he's in the All Blacks environment. So I don't know if there's a set age. I think, if you're good enough, you're going to make it.
Yeah.
It might just not be when you're 19, 20, 21, You could be a fully chartered accountant playing for Tawa, and a couple of injuries, or you play well, and then off you go to make your debut for a NPC team.
It's probably the key, is to just be ready for when you do get your opportunity.
Just be ready, be a good person.
Keep working hard in the background.
Yeah, and be a pretty handy player.
Be a good person.
Yeah.
From the best. Okay, what's his thoughts on a chahu? I love this question, because I think you're the first person to ever get penalised for chahuing. It was you, eh? Was it you?
Yeah, it was me. I didn't get penalised. He just said, look.
Was it a reverse? Wasn't it a reversal?
Nah, he threatened to reverse the penalty sorry, it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
He goes, excessive chahuing if.
I'm sure it was a reversal.
He said, I'll reverse the penalty if you continue. And obviously the media and a lot of other people just have latched on to that video and that clip, and I'm not the only one who does it, and I don't even do it that much. It just happened to be in that one moment, and now there's this clip of it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah,
express yourself.
That's that.
Obviously I've learned to hone that the emotional side of things and find the right place and time. But we work hard all week. When you celebrate scoring a try, it's also the same as celebrating a prop getting a tight head push over scrum. That's their try scoring moment.
Yeah.
Jackal
for the sevens.
Yep. And people think I do it every single time, but I don't. It's like, the emotion of the game. It might be the 78th minute, and it's a massive play. If it's not me and someone else makes it, I'm probably chahuing too. That's a huge moment in the game. If it's the second minute, of the first game of the season, I'm probably not going to be Chahuing because like, oh yeah, okay, we still got 78 minutes to go. So yeah, time and place.
It's an interesting one, eh? Like Ben Earl obviously does it heaps for England. Like
there are emotional players all over the world.
Chahua.
Yeah. I'm not. People think I'm big on Chahuing. I am definitely not. I'm just
neutral.
Happy
to do it.
I wear my heart on my sleeve, as we all know.
Yeah.
Just like to bring big energy, and if it's not for me, it's probably more for my teammates. I like to celebrate their big wins.
Yeah. Well said. Man, you are a good speaker.
Come on, Gemma.
Okay, last one. Best piece of advice for a Woodlad listener.
See, I knew this was going to come.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I have.
You've given some absolute gold throughout it.
I don't have anything groundbreaking other than, honestly, like, hard work pays off. And if it doesn't pay off tomorrow, it pays off the week after that. And if it doesn't pay off, then it's a month later. So, quite often we're looking for, short-term success after not a lot of investment.
Yeah.
That's just the day and age we live in.
Yeah.
But a mix of hard work and patience can never set you wrong, to be completely honest. And there's two quotes that, they're not like Michael Jordan quotes or anything like that. They're just from these films that I watched. But I love them to bits. The first one is from a guy called Jacob Rees, and this is actually up in the Spurs front office. It's about the stonecutter, and it talks about being frustrated at, I guess, your lack of progress that you could be making, and then it encourages this person to go and look at the stonecutter, and he sees him banging away at a stone for a very long time, and then at the 101st blow, it breaks open. And he acknowledges that he knows it wasn't that 101st blow that actually cracked it open. It was the 100 that went before, which I think is just a beautiful way to summarize finally achieving something after working so hard for so long. And often not getting the rewards that you would hope for immediately or in day-to-day life. So just an encouragement around being patient but also being consistent.
It's so good. Coming from the man who has lived it.
Yeah.
Because you're right, like everyone's in a race to get to wherever they're trying to get to. Like whether you're a young kid who wants to be an All Black, everyone's just in a constant race to try and get there at 19 or then 20 or 20.
100%. And you're competing against people your age who are already there. When I was 19, 20, Rico was playing World Sevens and Geordie was apprentice for the All Blacks. Suffolk was scoring 100-metre tries for Hurricane. You're always competing against other people and then comparing yourself around what they're doing already. And, it's a slippery slope if you don't pull yourself out of that. Which is hard for a young man. It's normal to compare yourself to others and be competitive, but
I love that quote, that part about the
stonecutter.
Stonecutter, man.
Tamati Ellison actually, mentioned it. He didn't actually go into too much depth, but
True story.
I thought about it. I caught on to that and then went and read it myself and just loved it ever since.
Oh, mate, and you've lived it. That's the coolest thing. And then you've come on here and shared it to the masses and inspired so many people, and I've wanted to get you on for a long time. I knew your journey. I knew there was a bit more to your journey before I got you on, and I'm so glad I have. And geez, what an incredible story, and I'm so proud of where you've got to from what you've been through. And
since we were teammates.
Since we were teammates.
No, thanks, Jimmy.
It's been awesome, man.
No, thanks, bro. Thanks for having me on, and obviously proud to be where I am now and off the back of a lot of support from a lot of other people, but hopefully a lot more to come. So
that's it, mate. You're just getting started.
Hopefully, bro.
Hopefully in sort of 5 or 6 more years we can jump back on and reflect on where we've been. And
absolutely.
Gone.
Absolutely.
You're a lad.
Cheers, brother. What a lad.
Oh, man, what an episode that was. Thanks to Betcha for bringing you that episode. If you did enjoy it, please give it a share. Be very much appreciated. Cheers.